Hello, good afternoon. It's been a while since I've checked in. We went to the trail this morning, like right after I got up, and we had breakfast. We just decided, okay, let's go. It was our first time going to this trail, so we actually went to the wrong area at first. The location that Google Maps was taking us to was a spot that was like a residential area and like a dead end. So we ended up having to go to a different section that the trail still connects to, but it's called a different trail. So, but it was no problem. It still worked out well. Main reason why I wanted to go to the trail was just so we can get outside, get a little bit of exercise in, and then also all of the trees are changing colors right now. So I really wanted to get that experience of seeing them in that orangey red state. Matt is actually going to be on paternity leave again, starting not this week but next week. So hopefully all the trees are still looking really nice, and I kind of want to see if we can make a trip out to Alpine Loop. We did that last year and it was really beautiful, but I'm not sure if we're gonna miss it, you know what I mean? Hopefully we can still catch it when the trees are nice and yellow, orange, or red. When we got back from the trail, we were all pretty tired. We had lunch. We just made sandwiches, and then Ellie went to quiet time and Matt took a nap, and I was trying to get Wolfie to take a nap as well. So once he fell asleep, I was able to get in the shower and have some me time, which was really nice. I used my body scrub and I used a body oil, and now I feel all fresh and so clean. I hadn't noticed any postpartum hair loss after I had Wolfie, but today in the shower, I definitely saw a big wad of hair at the bottom of the drain. But you can see here, just little baby hairs that are coming out. But last time with Ellie, I noticed it right away, and I just used black castor oil and it worked so well. So I have castor oil. It's not black castor oil, it's just castor oil. So I don't know if that makes much of a difference, but I'm gonna try and start incorporating that into my shower routine. So before I get in the shower, 20 minutes before, I'll put some castor oil in my hair and then wash it off in the shower. I was watching a YouTube video from Kimberly Rodriguez. She posted a video of 10 books that feel like Over the Garden Wall. At one point, Over the Garden Wall was streaming on, I forget what service it was, but it was streaming. And I had started watching it, but I think I only got to episode 2 or 3, I can't remember. And then of course when I was watching it, I was also with Ellie, so I wasn't really able to fully pay attention. I still don't really know exactly what it's about, but I really want to watch it this year. So I went ahead and I looked for the DVD because I don't want to pay for it on Amazon Prime or anything like that. I want to own it myself and not have it be tied to some other streaming service. Me and Matt have been talking about that lately, how just all of these subscription and streaming based services are just taking over and we're sick of it. It seems like they all have a chokehold on us. We've just been talking about how we should have kept all of the DVDs that we got rid of when we moved, because now it feels like we're losing control of our media and we need to take it back. This is our version of sticking it to the man, basically. So I am restarting my DVD collection. Actually, I already have some DVDs that I did not get rid of. Currently I have Peter Pan, both the Disney animated movie and also the Jeremy Sumpter version, which is my absolute favorite. I also have The Secret Garden. I would like to get all of the Studio Ghibli kids movies like Kiki's Delivery Service, Totoro, Ponyo, Howl's Moving Castle. Like, I want to get all of those on DVD. I also want to get How to Train Your Dragon 1, 2, and 3. And then I need Casper Meets Wendy. I need Now and Then, Little Giants. Obviously, Devon Sawa. He's a prominent figure in my childhood and I need him permanently in my collection. I just need to build up my collection again because I will sometimes get the itch to watch something and it's not streaming anywhere. You have to rent it or purchase it from a streaming service, and I just feel like I'm already paying them money. We don't need to pay them more money, okay? They already got it. I'm not really planning to do much else today. I really just want to relax, especially since we were out for like an hour and a half with the kids on the trail. I just feel like really exhausted. It's 2:47. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna get dressed, head downstairs, and maybe if Wolfie is still sleeping, I think I might read my book or play on my Switch because I haven't checked in on my Valley in a while, so I should probably see what everybody's up to. Let me get dressed. Okay, this is what I decided to put on. This is just a very big graphic tee that I got at the Long Beach airport. I got it just before we got on our flight to Salt Lake at the little airport shop. I was feeling nostalgic and I love Long Beach so much. It's forever going to be my home even though I don't live there anymore. I got it in an extra large because it was actually the smallest size that they had available, but it worked out fine because I really wanted it just to use it as a sleep shirt and like a lounging like bambahay kind of thing. So that's what I'm gonna be wearing for the rest of the evening. Getting interrupted. I don't think I'm going to be able to read any more of my book right now, even though I literally barely just started. But since Ellie is getting out of her quiet time very soon, I know that I'm not going to be able to read, but I did want to recap you guys on this book while she's cleaning up. So I'm going to try and do it really quickly, but...
And also, it calls vegetable soup.
Okay, it's called vegetable soup. Please clean up all of those little things on the floor, okay? Okay?
Yeah.
So in the first book, Leela's family is in some heat with the detective and the local police because someone at the restaurant dies after eating something that they served. And Leela is trying to prove that it isn't her aunt or her family or herself that are involved in that murder. When I was reading the first book, I suspected that it was either the Lola, because she was just acting very suspicious, and I also suspected that it could be the victim's dad. He also seemed highly suspicious. And in the end, it's not either of them. It's another person that that I didn't expect at all. And when Leela and her friend find out that it's this person, when they're like about to uncover the truth and like get help and like get the cops on it, she gets attacked pretty much. So when we pick up on this book, it's only been like a couple months since the incident happened, and so Leela's kind of dealing with a little bit of like PTSD, and she's just like in a funk. In her aunt's restaurant, she normally cooks a bunch of like pastries and desserts, and she's kind of like known for her baked goods and like infusing them with like Filipino flavors. And now she is starting her own cafe with her friend and the friend's girlfriend, and they have each contributed parts of themselves into the cafe, but they're just waiting for Leela to do her part, which is providing baked goods. And they're kind of doing like a soft opening, so she needs to come through with like something really amazing. And since she's in a funk, she just like cannot think of anything good. And when she does finally come up with like a good solution, it doesn't turn out right. It's like a total freaking mess. So she's kind of having some trauma right now, and like I think other people around her are noticing, and they're trying to get her to like talk about it or like go to therapy, and she is refusing. She's just kind of like, you know, sweeping it under the rug and saying that it's like nothing, when actually it's definitely affecting her. But she has been asked to be a judge in a Miss Teen pageant that her town throws like every year. They hadn't done it in a couple of years because the people who ran the pageant had like a family, had someone in their family pass, so they were kind of grieving, and they hadn't done it in a couple of years, but now they're bringing it back up again, and they wanted a past winner to be a judge, and so that's why they asked Leela to do it. And actually Leela's cousin Bernadette, who's like kind of like her frenemy, was also a contestant in the Miss Teen Shady Palms pageant back when Leela was competing that same year. When Leela won, I think Bernadette was like the runner-up. After reading the synopsis, I know that one of the judges dies, because it literally says it in the synopsis. And I can kind of get a feel for who it is. Obviously, there's only 3 judges, and one of them is Leela, so it's only one of the other 2. One of them is a woman who owns a yoga studio. The other guy, he's related to the very like prestigious, there's a very like prestigious family within the town. I'm not sure if they're like the founders of the town or what, but he is a very prominent figure within the town, very rich, and he kind of has some like predatory traits when they're doing like the kickoff for the pageant. So I have a feeling he's the one that dies, because, well, I wouldn't want it to be the other girl. I wouldn't want it to be the yoga studio teacher, because she seems cool. But this guy, it's kind of like, oh, I don't think anyone would really like miss him, but it would definitely drum up for some drama. So I have a feeling that it's going to be this guy. So the detective is actually friends with the aunt who owns the restaurant, and he had come to the restaurant earlier along with all of her like her other ninangs that she calls the calendar crew, because their names are April, May, and June. The detective had called like a meeting to meet with all of them, because her and her family, like her ninangs, were all involved in the pageant before. He had asked for their help because he received an anonymous tip, or like he received like a very suspicious note saying that if we don't want anybody to get hurt, then they need to like stop the pageant from happening. So he's taking it very seriously, except the local police station isn't. And so he is trying to find some information from either Leela or her aunts about like anything that could possibly be suspicious about the pageant. And so the aunts were like telling him like, yeah, you know, like there's a bunch of drama obviously within like the pageant community, and so they offered to help in terms of like just giving him any kind of backstory they have. But he asked Leela to kind of like keep an eye out for things while she's the judge, because she, you know, he doesn't want anybody to get hurt. The pageant is for teens between the ages of 13 and 18. So obviously he's very weary about it. But yeah, I'm literally only on chapter 5 on page 50. I will probably not be able to read much more of this. I'm gonna have to come back to it later, but I did want to recap on it. But yeah, I can already tell that it's just about to start. Like the murder is just about to take place. So, but I have a feeling it's going to be the guy. Like I don't want it to be the other lady. And I already have my suspicions of who the suspect is. My suspicion is that it is the guy's sister. Because she seems very involved in the pageant. However, she isn't like she's not a judge, she's not the host, she's not like the MC or anything like that, but she kind of seems like she's trying to like take it over. So I have a feeling that she is going to be the one who's the killer. Because they say too in the synopsis that her cousin Bernadette becomes like the main suspect. So I'm pretty sure it's not her cousin Bernadette. I have a feeling that it's the sister. Anyways, I'm gonna try and get this girl situated so that she can be entertained until bedtime. I swear, it's like after quiet time, it's just a countdown until it can be bath time and bedtime, so that I can have another break. This break did not even last long. Or I guess it did last long because I was able to like take a shower, but I was hoping that I would have a little bit more time to do other stuff too, not just like the one thing, you know. But it's fine. I think Wolfie is still sleeping though, which is great. That means that I have like I'm not split too many ways. But it's gonna be 4 o'clock soon, so we got to start thinking about what we're gonna have for dinner, which is another headache. I hate trying to decide what we're gonna have for dinner or what we're gonna have for lunch. Like it's just, it's so stressful trying to plan meals. I just want to take a nap.
Bye.